All right, you degenerates, strap yourselves in, because today we're diving headfirst into the world of one of football's most iconic figures, Jürgen Klopp. We've got a fucking mountain of info here about this guy, from his early days in the Black Forest to that whole Red Bull bullshit. So let's cut the crap and get this show on the road.
Sounds good to me. Let's do it. We'll be looking at his playing days, his time as a manager, and try and figure out what makes him tick.
From the Black Forest to the football pitch. Who would have thought? Didn't this guy actually want to be a doctor at first?
Yeah, that's right. He was born in Stuttgart, but grew up in Glatten. It's a small village in the Black Forest. And yeah, he actually did have dreams of being a doctor, but later on he joked that he just wasn't smart enough.
Not smart enough to be a doctor, but smart enough to turn around Liverpool's fortunes. You gotta love that.
Yeah.
Imagine this. Young Klopp working part-time jobs, loading trucks, renting out Terminator 2 at a video store. And then boom, Champions League winner.
Yeah, it really is a testament to his hard work and dedication. But, look, his journey wasn't all sunshine and roses. Let's talk about his time at Mainz 05. He stayed with them for his entire playing career, didn't he?
Mainz 05, that's not exactly a footballing powerhouse, is it? I mean, the guy was obviously decent at football, but maybe not, like, top-tier material.
Well, he was a decent player, yeah.
Yeah.
Started out as a striker and then later moved back to defense. But even back then, he was always more of a thinker. You know, he once said, I had 4th division feet and a 1st division head.
Huh. That's pretty self-aware.
Yeah.
So basically, he was already thinking like a manager, even when he was still out there on the pitch.
Absolutely. The guy was obsessed with tactics and coaching methods. I read that he used to travel all the way to Cologne every week to learn from this legendary coaching guru named Erich Ruppmuller.
Talk about dedication.
I know, right?
So he finally hangs up his boots, and they immediately just hand him the manager's job at Mainz. That's a lot of faith right there.
It wasn't just handed to him, though. He definitely earned it. He had a deep understanding of the club, their philosophy, and he knew exactly how to motivate players. And you know what? Right off the bat, he starts implementing gegenpressing. It was his, signature move.
Being what now?
Gegenpressing. It's like, imagine a pack of wolves hunting down the ball, relentless pressure, forcing the other team to make mistakes, winning the ball back high up the pitch. It's beautiful to watch organized chaos.
So this tactical genius was already brewing even back in his Mainz days. So what did he win with them? Did they get promoted?
He actually led them to a historic Bundesliga promotion in 2004. It was a real turning point for that club. And you know what? He actually stuck with them, even when they got relegated in 2007. You don't see that kind of loyalty too often.
Loyalty's great and all, but everyone's got their price right.
Yeah.
Let's talk about Dortmund. That's where he really made a name for himself.
Dortmund was his masterpiece. He took over in 2008 and totally transformed the club. He built this young, energetic squad, and they just blew everyone away. They won back-to-back Bundesliga titles, even got the domestic double, and reached the Champions League final.
Wait, hold on. Champions League final against Bayern Munich.
Yeah.
That must have been one hell of a showdown.
Oh, it was. They were in the group of death up against Real Madrid, Manchester City, Ajax. But they somehow came out on top and then knocked out Real again in the semifinal. The drama was unreal.
So what happened in the final? Did they choke?
It was a very close game. They lost 2-1 to a really late goal from Arjen Robben. It was a real heartbreaker for Dortmund, but they proved that they could hang with the best in the world.
Okay, so Dortmund, 2 league titles, a Champions League final appearance. Sounds like a pretty damn good run. Why'd he leave? Better offer? Midlife crisis? What was the deal?
Well, after that final, things kind of went south, you know. Key players like Götze and Lewandowski were poached by Bayern, which, come on, that's got to be annoying, right?
Oh, absolutely. That would piss me off.
Yeah. And because of that, the team started to lose its spark. Maybe he felt like he'd taken them as far as he could.
Fair enough. So new challenge, new adventure. Cue the Liverpool theme music.
Yeah. So Liverpool was a complete mess when he arrived in 2015. Brendan Rodgers had completely lost the plot, and the team was really struggling.
Then enters Klopp, the normal one. Didn't he throw some shade at Mourinho with that nickname?
Oh, absolutely. Classic Klopp humor, you gotta love it. He brought a much-needed sense of belief back into that club. But it did take some time to rebuild the squad and get them playing his way. They had a couple of really close calls early on, a Europa League final loss in his first season, and then another heartbreaking Champions League final defeat in 2018.
Another Champions League final. So that's 3 in total. This guy has a real knack for getting to the big stage. But still no silverware with Liverpool, right? The pressure must have been insane.
Oh, yeah, the pressure was on.
3 Champions League final losses. Fucking hell, that's gotta hurt. But I guess you can't keep a good man down, can you? So did he finally crack the code? Did he finally bring home some fucking silverware to Anfield?
Well, he definitely shook things up. First off, he brought in Van Dijk and Allison, game changers. And tactically, he actually started to change things up a bit. Moved away from that super intense gegenpressing to a more controlled, possession-based style.
Interesting. So he's adapting, evolving. Never a dull moment with this guy, but come on. Give me the good stuff. Champions League 2019, third time lucky. What happened?
They were back in the final again, but, you see, first they had to face Barcelona in the semifinal, and they lost that first leg, 3-0.
Ouch.
Yeah, it was brutal. Everyone thought it was over, done and dusted.
Yeah, I can imagine.
But Klopp, being Klopp, told his players, and I'm quoting him here, to just try or fail in the most beautiful way.
What a fucking legend. What a guy. So did they pull off the impossible at Anfield?
They did. They won 4-0 at Anfield. It was one of the greatest comebacks in Champions League history.
Unbelievable.
The atmosphere was electric. The players were like men possessed. And Klopp, well, he was just being Klopp.
I could just picture him going absolutely apeshit on the touchline.
He was a man possessed.
Yeah.
And in the final, they delivered. They beat Tottenham 2-0. Klopp finally had his Champions League trophy with Liverpool.
Fucking finally. I bet he was over the moon. So what's next? World domination.
Pretty much. They won the UEFA Super Cup and the FIFA Club World Cup that same year.
This guy is like a magnet for trophies. But what about the big one? What about the Premier League? I mean, Liverpool fans had been waiting decades for that.
The 2019-20 season was their year. They were just unstoppable, smashing records left and right. They won the league with 7 games to spare.
Wow, 7 games to spare.
Yep, 30 years of hurt finally over.
They must have built a statue of him right then and there.
Yeah.
So what else? Did he win anything else with Liverpool? FA Cup, EFL Cup.
Oh, he cleaned up. They won the FA Cup, EFL Cup in 2022. I mean, the man won everything with Liverpool. Champions League, Premier League, FA Cup, EFL Cup, UEFA Super Cup, FIFA Club World Cup, the whole lot.
The man's a machine. What else could he possibly achieve? Did he just retire on top, a happy man?
He stayed at Liverpool until 2024. Then he stepped down, saying he needed a break. It was the end of an era, for sure.
You know, Steven Gerrard said they should put up a statue of him at Anfield. And Jimmy Carragher said he's basically the Shankly of this era.
Wow, that's high praise. So what's he doing these days? Sipping cocktails on a beach somewhere? Living the good life?
Not quite. This is where things get kind of interesting. He actually joined Red Bull.
Red Bull, like the energy drink. What the hell is he doing there?
So as you probably know, they've got this massive football empire now, right? Clubs all over the world. Well, they appointed Klopp as their head of global football.
Hold on, wasn't he always slagging off these multi-club models? Didn't he call it, like, bullshit or something?
Yeah, he did. It was a controversial move, to say the least.
So what's he up to? Is he just cashing in? Or does he have some grand plan? Some master scheme brewing? Who knows? Maybe he wants to reshape the future of football, you know? Build something completely new and unique. Or maybe he just got bored of sitting around. It's hard to say with this guy.
True, true. Okay, so we've talked about his career, all those trophies, that weird Red Bull moves. But what about the man himself? What makes Jürgen tick?
He's clearly a tactical genius, right? He completely revolutionized the game with his gegenpressing. But I think it goes beyond that. He's a master motivator. He just has this incredible ability to create these special bonds with his players, inspire them to achieve great things.
Yeah, you can't deny it. He has that certain something, that charisma. He just draws you in.
He's authentic. What you see is what you get. He doesn't hide his emotions, not afraid to speak his mind. And that sense of humor. Brilliant.
The normal one, they call him. But come on, let's be real. The guy is anything but normal. Is there something more to him, something deeper going on?
I think there are definitely hidden depths there. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if he had a philosophical side, you know?
Klopp the philosopher. Now, that's a podcast I'd listen to. Okay, before we go full-blown Socrates here, let's talk about his personal life. Married, kids.
He's actually been married twice. His first wife was Sabine. They have a son together, Mark, who is also a footballer, though maybe not quite at his dad's level.
Like father, like son, right. What about his current wife?
He married Ulla Sandrick in 2005.
Oh, okay.
They met at a pub during Oktoberfest.
A pub, eh? Sounds romantic. So, apart from football and family, what else floats his boat?
Well, he's a bit of a media personality. He used to do commentary for German TV. He even won an award for it, actually.
So he's a manager, a philosopher, a TV star. Is there anything this guy can't do?
Well, he's also very politically outspoken. He's left-leaning and was very vocal against Brexit.
Yeah, that's not surprising. He's always struck me as a bit of a rebel. Speaking of which, what about that Order of Merit he received? That's a pretty big deal, right?
Oh, yeah. One of the highest honors you can get in Germany. The president gave it to him for his contributions to democracy and his overall impact on the world.
So even after that Red Bull move, which, pissed off a lot of people, he's still a very respected figure. That's pretty impressive.
It is. He's a complex character, that's for sure. But one thing is for certain. He's left his mark on the world of football.
Absolutely. So we've covered a shit ton about Klopp, his career, the trophies, that weird Red Bull move. But what about the man behind the madness? What makes this guy tick?
Well, I mean, the tactical genius is obvious, right?
Oh, yeah.
He revolutionized the game with his gauge and pressing. But it goes way beyond that. The guy is a master motivator. He just has this, I don't know, this incredible ability to form those bonds with his players, inspire them, push them to greatness.
Yeah, he's got something special, that's for sure. That charisma. You can't teach that. He just draws you in. It's like he's plugged into the mainframe of football. He knows what's going to happen before it even happens.
He's authentic. What you see is what you get.
Yeah.
Doesn't hide his emotions, not afraid to speak his mind. And that sense of humor, come on.
The normal one, they call him? But let's be real. This guy is anything but normal. Is there something more to him, something deeper going on under the surface? Is he like a footballing shaman harnessing cosmic energy or some shit?
Well, I think he's got hidden depths, that's for sure.
Right.
I wouldn't be surprised if there was a philosophical side to this guy.
Klopp the philosopher. Now, that's a podcast I would actually listen to. Okay, before we go full Socrates on this thing, let's talk about his personal life.
Yeah.
Married, kids, groupies, what's the deal?
He's actually been married twice.
Oh, okay.
His first wife was Sabine. They have a son together, Mark. He was also a footballer, but maybe not quite at his dad's level.
Like father, like son, eh?
Oh.
What about his current wife? How'd they meet? Was it like at a rave in Ibiza or something?
He married Ulla Sandrock back in 2005.
Oh, okay.
They actually met at a pub during Oktoberfest.
A pub, eh? Sounds romantic. So, apart from football and family, what else makes this guy tick? Does he collect porcelain kittens or something? What's the deal?
He's a bit of a media personality.
Oh.
You know, he used to do commentary for German TV. He even won an award for it.
No way. So he's a manager. He's a philosopher. He's a TV star. Is there anything this guy can't do? Maybe he's got a side hustle as a DJ. DJ Klopp in the house.
Huh. Well, he's also pretty politically outspoken. You know, he's left-leaning, was very vocal against Brexit.
Yeah, that's not surprising. He's always struck me as a bit of a rebel. Speaking of which, what about that Order of Merit he received? That's a pretty big deal.
Oh, yeah. It's one of the highest honors you can get in Germany. The president gave it to him for, his contributions to democracy, his overall impact on the world.
So even after that Red Bull move, which, let's face it, pissed off a lot of people, he's still a respected figure. That's pretty impressive.
It really is. He's a complex character, that's for sure. But one thing is absolutely certain. He's left his mark on the world of football.
Absolutely. All right, so that's Jürgen Klopp. We've covered it all. From his Black Forest beginnings to his time at Anfield, the gegenpressing, the trophies, that mind-boggling Red Bull thing. It's been a hell of a ride.
It has.
Love him or hate him, you can't deny the impact he's had on the beautiful game.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, a true innovator, a leader.
Yeah.
And let's face it, a bloody good laugh.
Right. Football just wouldn't be the same without him. So what do you think? What's his legacy going to be? Will he be remembered as the gegenpressing godfather, Saint Jürgen of the Kop? What do you think?
He's going to be remembered as one of the greatest managers of all time, no question. But I think his legacy goes even beyond that. He brought a whole new energy, a new passion to the game. He proved that you can win with style, with heart, with a smile on your face, and sometimes, yeah, with a few well-placed swear words.
He's got this infectious enthusiasm, doesn't he? Like a kid who just discovered a lifetime supply of candy.
Totally.
It's like he genuinely loves the game.
Yeah.
And he wants everyone else to love it too.
And that's what makes him so special. He connects with people on a human level. I mean, he's not just a manager, is he? He's like a mentor, a friend, almost a father figure to his players.
The football dad, who just happens to win a shit ton of trophies.
Yeah.
You can see why his players basically worship the ground he walks on.
Oh, yeah, for sure. And he's been a fantastic ambassador for the game, too. He's spoken out against racism. He promotes fair play, always emphasizes respect.
He's not just about winning at all costs.
Yeah.
He's got principles.
Yeah.
He's not afraid to call out bullshit.
Exactly. He's a role model for young players, young managers, showing them that you can be successful without compromising your values.
Okay, so final question. What's next for Jürgen? He's supposedly retired from coaching, but who knows with this guy? Maybe he gets bored and ends up managing the local pub team down the street. You never know.
He might. He's full of surprises. Who knows, right? Maybe he'll get that itch to coach again. Maybe he'll focus on developing young talent. Or maybe he'll just bugger off and enjoy a well-deserved break.
Yeah, the man deserves it after everything he's achieved.
Yeah.
But selfishly, part of me hopes we haven't seen the last of him in football. Well, folks, that's it. The incredible journey of Jürgen Klopp. Player, manager, legend, philosopher, TV personality, political firebrand, and now a Red Bull mastermind. What a story.
He's a man of contradictions, that's for sure.
But that's what makes him so damn fascinating, isn't it?
Exactly.
He's one of a kind. We'll be talking about him for years to come, whether he's lifting trophies or just chilling out with a pint down at the pub.
Absolutely.
All right, folks, that's it for our deep dive into the wild world of Jürgen Klopp. We've had a laugh, we've learned some things, and maybe, just maybe, we had a little existential crisis along the way.
Hopefully you feel like you know Jürgen just a little bit better now.
He may be the normal one, but there's nothing normal about his incredible journey. Until next time, keep on learning, keep on pressing, and never underestimate the power of a good laugh. Peace out.